Pokemon TCG Pocket brought out a ranked mode and I got into Master Ball. Was it worth it? In that time I played over 450 games with a 55.3% win ratio, which isn't bad, and it meant I got there faster than some other people. But it still begs the question, was it actually worth it for me? Let's first have a look at the ranks that we get. So beginner rank, straight away, the lowest rank in the game, you get 10 hourglasses off the bat. Now the highest rank all the way in Master Ball, you get 100. So to get a 10th by playing what? Couple games? One game? I don't even know. Do you get this straight away? I'm not even too sure, but you already get a lot. And it jumps to 20 hourglasses and even 25. And you've left beginner. Now getting to beginner, rank 4, is a lot faster than, let's say, Ultra Ball rank 4. The difference between one rank to the next, it increases each time. So you feel like you're flying through the ranks when you get to Great Ball 4 and you think, oh wow, I'm going to be a Master Ball in no time. Yeah, it's not true. It's just simply not true. First of all, win streaks go. If you start winning loads of games in a row, you get more points. They literally end in Ultra Ball, so you don't take advantage of that. And you simply have to win more games. You lose more points when you lose a game. In fact, I think in Pokeball and in a beginner, you don't lose any at all every time you lose. So every time you win, you basically get closer and closer to ranking up anyway. And this gradual climb includes losing 7 points for a loss in Ultra Ball and getting 10 points for a win. But in Master Ball, you actually lose 10 points and win 10. So it's even harder to stay in Master Ball. Another thing to talk about, in your battle history, you get to see what games you win and what games you lose. You can go through some really rough patches where you lose a lot of games and then suddenly you start to win loads of games. I mean, that stretch of form here, I lost one game in about 8. And then, I'll lose the next 3. It is random. You got to make sure you keep your head in a good mental state. And sometimes you're going to get frustrated. I actually ranked down into Ultra League because I tried to play some more games and then I had to rank up back into Master Ball, and I'm going to stay here. It's not worth it for me to play any more games. I'd rather just get my Master Ball rank, get my hourglasses, and move on to next season. It's worth mentioning that you do get the rank badge at the end of the season. I'm going to end up with this. It's okay. I can see some people not caring about this at all. I think personally it might look better if you got one in the top 10,000, but it's not really worth the grind. And, risk falling out of Master Ball is unfortunately a problem, and that's what scares a lot of people from playing games. I think it's a bad system design when I'm worried about playing games because I don't want to lose my rank. In my opinion, there should be a floor as soon as you hit certain milestones. Like, I think if you hit Master Ball, you probably shouldn't be able to drop out of it. And it would encourage more games and more people trying to fight for top 10,000. But instead, you're going to have people like me who will get into Master Ball and leave it. Another topic to talk about, the deck situation. Now, I already made a video on this because it started to frustrate me so much. I had to make this deck in order to be able to compete sometimes. The best counter to Giratina, unfortunately, is itself. It's bad card design, really. Like, a card is so oppressive, and it's not really a good consistent deck to beat it. Some people will say, because this deck uses Darkrai, maybe go for Meowscarada, but we've seen tournaments where you just brick that kind of deck sometimes. When you have to evolve a Pokemon twice, it's hard to get that consistency. This deck uses no evolution, and it just absolutely destroys everything. It's the #1 deck in tournaments, #1 deck in PvP. And yeah, I mean, I did have to make one. You can boo me if you want, but sometimes you had to play this kind of way to win games. Not to say I only stuck with that, there are other forms of it. My favourite way to run Giratina, in fact, is the one with Dragonite. I think this is a really cool one with Druddigon, essentially. Druddigon goes down, Dragonite hopefully is built by then that does loads of damage, and then you sweep up with Giratina. I actually really like this, but again, it evolves twice. Sometimes you're just not going to find the Dragonite that you need. A lot of people are using this deck to counter the current meta right now. Some people in my comments have also said they've enjoyed using it. Obviously, the cry for help move is really, really impressive at finding cards. It thins out your deck. Having Beedrill in the back as well after Meowscarada. Hopefully both your Meowscaradas are knocked out by that point before you bring Beedrill in. It can finish off the job. This alongside a Team Rocket Grunt. I think Beedrill combines with this card so unbelievably well, and you can just strip multiple energies off a Pokemon and completely, well, destroy them essentially. If you're against a Giratina and they've got 4 energies on it, you take one away with Crushing Spear, and if you do even more with Team Rocket Grunt, it really stops their progress, and you can win games off that alone. There are other decks involving Sprigatito, Meowscarada that have done really well. Another one, this is one I've tried, I didn't really like, to be honest, but it involves Magnezone, so it's all 1-point cards, but Magnezone builds its own energy through Magneton, and Meowscarada gets found through Sprigatito. Problem is, this deck can brick, and when you've got 2 stage 2 lines, it bricks the hardest. Probably my favourite deck, and the one that actually got me to Master Ball, something you might not have even seen, to be honest, which is Arceus Executor. Now, I've always been a big fan of Executor in this game. I've run Executor EX literally since Season 1, and it's just always been amazing. I got to tournaments. I got 3rd place in a tournament using Executor EX. And just for the idea that sometimes, literally, your first turn, if you go first, probably one of the few cards that actually likes going first, you can win the game on the spot. If they don't have a bench Pokemon, you evolve straight away on your first attacking go, and you can swing for 80, and that can just win you the game on the spot. This alongside Arceus and 2 Carnivines. Essentially, if you go second, you want Carnivine out there swinging. If you go first, Executor can do some damage. I really like this deck. It's super effective into Darkrai. It's fast-paced with a lot of health. You got some sustain with Cape and Erica, and I love this deck. It's brilliant. Maybe if you want to try it, feel free to do so. I'm a big fan. My favorite meme deck to use, I wouldn't actually recommend using this if you really want to take your climb to Master Ball seriously, is Wugtrio 16 Trainer. This card is really funny to use. Just doing 150 damage. If you get an early Misty with lots of heads, you can start swinging for insane damage early on. And it's just a funny card to use. You will get those situations where you don't get Misty, or you get multiple tails, and by the time you set up, it's already too late. Your opponent has 4 Pokemon, all of them being 2 Giratina, 2 Darkrai, heavy HP, and I know you're swinging for 150, but with it being shared around, they all kind of eat the damage. Like I said, it's not the deck that you want really if you want to seriously climb, but it's a fun deck to use, and you get through lots of games quickly. So that one's on you if you want to use it. In my opinion, the most fun deck to use is this one. It's a fighting deck that involves Iono in order to get the fossils. Unfortunately, we don't have a card that finds fossils, but saying that, maybe if we did, Rampardos would be busted. I mean, this card swings for 130 with 1 energy. If there was a way to get Rampardos online quickly, it could become a problem. Maybe that's why they've not implemented it. But this deck, I absolutely love. Sudowoodo destroys EX Pokemon. I mean, this eats up Arceus straight away. 50 damage, plus 20 with a weakness. And, I mean, if you have 2 Lucaris on the bench, this thing's swinging for 90. A red makes it go to 110. Like, what an unbelievable card. So while that's doing loads of damage, you build up the back. And, yeah, I mean, some people use Marshadow. I'm not a particular fan of Marshadow, to be honest. You could put in Hitmonlee in here if you want. A sneaky lead to kick the bench is also fun. It destroys the Gyarados deck. But I really enjoyed using this. Let me know what you think. But yeah, do tell me in the comments, are you going to push for Master Ball if you already have? Do you agree with me that it wasn't really worth it? I don't know. As a content creator, I felt the need to actually really give it a go and get there. And I'm happy I did, but it feels less about skill, more about determination to get there. Because essentially, when you get more points with a win than you lose, it's all about the time that you put in. And there's going to be people that have got in with less than a 50% record. I got in with 55, and it took me still a long time to get there. But let me know what you guys think. Also, what's your favourite deck to use as well? Like I said, I love my fossils. I love my fighting. Maybe some people don't enjoy that, but I certainly have. Thank you all for watching. See you again very soon.